Hello prospectors and welcome to patch 1.3.5, and I'm going to call this the balancing patch because there's a lot of balances going over weapons and armors. So we're going to go through the changes really quick because there's quite a bit of them. So SMGs reduce horizontal recoil, reduce ADS movement speed reduction from -30% to -25. Shotguns, B9 trench gun, reduce base damage from 80 to 64, which is a major change. 10 damage per pellet to 8 damage per pellet. PKR Maelstrom, reduce recoil, increase spread to be more in line with that of other shotguns. Hipfire spread 3.5 to 5, ADS spread to 3 to 4.5. Weapon spread increase from 0.5 to 0.65 and reduce camera shaking intensity. Bulldog, increased refire time from 0.5 seconds to 0.6 seconds, so just a tick, and increased spread to be more in line with the spread of other shotguns. The Manicore, increased recoil. Grenades, added a 1.8 second delay between grenade throws, preventing players from just unleashing a barrage of explosives and hope to hit the jackpot. Power progression, increase the penetration of all epic weapons from 26 to 27, increase penetration of all exotic weapons from 28 to 29, increase penetration of all legendary weapons from 31 to 32, increase armor of the epic shield and epic helmet from 26 to 27, increase armor of exotic shield, exotic helmet, and MVG helmet from 28 to 29. Autoloader crafting. The hydraulic piston in the recipe are replaced by ball bearings to overall reduce the number of hydraulic pistons required to craft an autoloader. Movement and climbing, very important to me. Additional tweaks to vaulting and climbing. That's all they said. Adjusted max wall climbing distance from 90 to 100. That way you should be able to climb shipping containers. We implemented the first iteration of the "You Are Banned" screen to prevent further confusion about some login issues. Bug fixes. We checked with our official tailor prospectors who bought the Paladin set and ended up with 2 chests and no gloves will now have access to what they purchased after the maintenance for tomorrow. Miscellaneous. Additional tweaks to our internal anti-cheat measures. We are now tracking and have ban automation for additional stats. Known issues. Biker Queen image shows black hair, though she has white hair. Players on Epic Game Store who own the Ronin and were missing pieces will get all those back. All right, let's actually go over my opinions and what I think about all this. So we'll start with the changes. SMGs finally have their own place in the game because before they felt completely useless, like except for maybe some PvE stuff. But besides that, like shotguns overpowered them. So like range wise, and then rifles, they were just kind of like horrible versions of a rifle. Now they have their own spot. They make sense to use, hopefully, because like we all know we can jump into the thing and it could still feel the same. It may have differences, but it still feels the same compared to all the other weapons. Shotguns, the trench gun, oh my god, huge damage decrease. Thank God, white gun should not be doing that much fucking damage. That's fucking insane. So they reduced the base damage from 80 to 64. Amazing, big jump. PKR Maelstrom. I really do hope that now this gun is gonna feel better than its predecessors and finally, like, hopefully live up to the Shatter gun. Because like it feels like right now, currently, that it has no place in the shotguns at all. Like it just doesn't. Who needs a Maelstrom when you can get a Shatter gun, which is super OP, and then, or you can use a B9 trench gun, which is also super OP. It's just a joke. Hopefully with these changes, it's gonna have its own place and deserve to be in that blue rarity spot. Bulldogs, increase refire time from 0.5 seconds to 0.6. Is that a major change? Kind of. Now you won't be able to go boom boom. Now you'll just go boom boom. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but I was like 0.1 second off there. All right, that's what I'm talking about. And they also increased the spread to be more in line with the spread of other shotguns, which I'm assuming this means that like it won't have that far of a range, which is great because it really shouldn't. I didn't even know it had that far of a range. I didn't really look into it to begin with, but you know, this change should hopefully help people with higher tier armor when they turn those corners, you know, maybe not get like double taps instantly, maybe. Manicores, the increased recoil, they don't specify on, you know, what that means for increased recoil. That's just something we're gonna have to test in game. I'm assuming they increased the recoil to kind of balance out its like OP-ness a little bit. I like after the last patch, I don't feel like the Manicore was OP anymore. definitely still used, but now I don't think it's going to be used to shoot very far if they increase the recoil, hopefully. Grenades, this was a major freaking thing, just major delay when throwing grenades, because right now, like, people don't even have time to run from the second grenade. At least this time, you'll be able to see the grenade coming over the edge. You might run away, you might still get hit by that first grenade, but at least you'll be out of the way for the second grenade. People are really gonna have to plan their grenades more, which is what should be anyways. That should be a thing anyways. Like, people shouldn't just be volleying grenades one after another. It just doesn't make any sense. Hopefully this delay is long enough. If not, hopefully next patch they'll add a longer delay. Now, the power progression system, this is super important because higher tier weapons and armor just don't feel worth it. You spend all that money on them, you spend all that repair on them, all that ammo to put in them, the precious little freaking attachments you put on them, just to lose them to a bulldog or to maybe a trench gun or a bolty, you know what I mean? So these increases in penetration and increases in armor hopefully make them more worthwhile and worth a prospector's time, because Jesus Christ, like, who wants to freaking bring in like god tier gear just to lose it to some random on the planet, if you know what I mean, you know, knife runners, you know. Autoloaders, I don't know, I don't really do crafting a lot, not gonna lie, because I usually just run and gun. But I would assume that if you're using a bunch of hydraulic pistons, the ball bearing is definitely worth the replacement. Movement and climbing, this is a big one for me, because like in CB2, you're able to climb whatever you saw. Now, minus the slopes, I thought that was kind of dumb. You shouldn't be able to climb slopes like that. But like a lot of the little edges, you should be able to vault and climb on those things. So those additional tweaks hopefully make it easier to actually, like, if you see something that looks climbable, you can climb it. And then they added the climbing distance from max wall climbing distance from 90 to 100. That should also help as well. So now if it looks climbable, looks jumpable, you should be able to do it. And they say a lot of this had to do with climbing shipping containers. I think a lot of the problem was, like, there were shipping containers that I could climb over in Crescent Falls, but then yet when you go to like Bright Sands, like the comms place, their shipping containers, like I couldn't climb some of their shipping containers, and it made no sense to me because I could climb the ones in Crescent Falls, but they look the same size, but apparently they're different. Didn't make sense to me, not at all. I don't have much to say about the Prospector Paladin sets, or like the Biker Queen and the Epic Game Ronin thing. Like, nothing to say about that. However, I do have to say, for the miscellaneous additional tweaks for the internal anti-cheat measures, this is very important. And also the "you are banned" screen is also very important, because now at least players will know why they're getting errors. And those people who are like randomly banned for no reason, at least like can like be like, hey, devs, like I just got banned for no reason. Like, what's the proof? What happened? Blah, 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 blah. However, I mean, if you're getting banned for cheating, like, come on now. They also did work, and like they said that they helped fix a lot of these issues where players were getting banned before, but obviously apparently it still happens, so whatevs. But that's all I have for today, guys. If you guys want to go check out my other videos, I have a Veltasite guide video, and then I have more videos coming out in the future, specifically a Veltasite farming guide, which is completely different from the guide, because one talks about percentages and what you can do with the Veltasite, and then this one's going to talk about like my best route to actually farm these Veltasite nodes to potentially get your heart, which is what everyone wants, a little love in their life, so why not, you know what I mean? Other than that, I guess I'll see you guys on Fortuna 3.